Cool. After this great panel about account abstraction and the wallet space, I'm happy to give a little bit of a deep dive into Safe, what we're doing. And I hope not more of this thing is coming down doing that. Cool. I'm going to just run over the first few slides a little bit. I think we got good introduction. What is account abstraction? Safe builds this smart account. That's kind of what we do. We do it in a modular way, so we can extend your account through different plugins that allow you to do roles or spending limits or session keys or what have you. And our focus is to really build out this Safe Core, which is our developer suite that make it easier for wallets, for application developers to leverage account abstraction and smart accounts in their solutions. So Safe Core is solving a few of the recurring challenges when developers want to integrate account abstraction, such as like authentication, like creating actually the smart account. How do you on-ramp to this account like from fiat? How do you relay transactions with smart accounts and so on? And this is being used by a bunch of different applications today. That's one example is CoinShift. They use Safe to create like a DAO treasury management solution. And we also have these new non-custodial neobank type projects such as Gnosis Pay and Based App that are building on top of Safe. And also WorldCoin, many actually don't know this, but every WorldCoin user uses a Safe. I know there's sometimes a bit of controversy around WorldCoin, but they did definitely do a good decision there, building on Safe, I would say. So yeah, with that, we're building out this ecosystem of different players building on smart accounts with $60+ billion. I think it's right now, I don't know, it's fluctuating obviously with the general prices, but it's quite big. 12 million transactions and more than 3 million accounts that were created so far. Then we also have Safe Wallet. Safe Wallet, you can imagine, it's like the Pixel phone is for Android. So our main goal is to build up this ecosystem, to be the infrastructure for different solutions and wallets. And we built Safe Wallet in a way that we can showcase certain new features and just send certain impulses to this ecosystem. So its main focus is on kind of highlighting the multi-signature capabilities of Safe smart accounts. So you can have multiple people owning an account together, like a shared account. But also you can have multi-factor authentication with that. But it also has like a spending limits solution in there, and you have access to an app store, so you immediately can use 100+ apps from there. And one of the things that we want to now showcase, we actually launched this today, is a way to easy onboard to crypto, actually using smart accounts. It's kind of the promise that this will enable a more mainstream capable way to onboard to crypto. So we're launching a feature where you can actually come to Safe Wallet and you only need to have a Google account, and then you get created a Safe smart account under the hood, and you as a user don't really have to understand that this is a smart account. We really just log in with Google and you get assigned this smart account by Safe Wallet. You can still use your regular wallet, you can come with a ledger or whatever, but this is just an additional option for people who want to have a smoother onboarding experience. What's cool about this also is that with Safe Wallet, you then have immediate access to 100+ dApps that are integrated there. So we have this app store type thing there, and you can just open one of these apps and immediately have the full dApp experience. And so we're not dependent on these dApps actually integrating any like social login feature or something. Like every app that's in this app store immediately you can use with just a Google account. That's one thing. And the other cool thing is that we sponsor transactions on Gnosis Chain. So at least for the dApps that are on Gnosis Chain, it's not just that you just log in with Google and you immediately have a wallet assigned, but it's also that transactions are then gasless. So you don't have to mind for acquiring the native token on that chain and spending that for gas, but you really just need to on-ramp crypto assets, and then you can use them in any of these applications. That feature is currently only available on Gnosis Chain. We're testing it out and seeing what's the user feedback, and then we will bring it to other chains as well. And another thing that we're working on, unfortunately I cannot shared the full feature, but it's in the works, is recovery. And this is Vitalik from a presentation he gave in Singapore, where he outlines his vision also for recovery, that it's not going to be a one-size-fits-all solution, but rather we should have different recovery schemas, and the user should be able to pick from those, maybe even have a combination of different ways to recover an account, be it a social recovery where you have a group of friends and family who can recover account. It can be institutional recovery, which may be like a third party that you trust, that is particularly good at key management, or it can be a set of your own devices. And what we're building here, and I'm not sure how well you can see it, but it's going to be like an account recovery marketplace where you can decide yourself like what's the best way to have a backup of your account. Some might opt for a social recovery schema, others might have one thing we also will have is a Swiss licensed bank. Cannot yet say which one, but like if that's your thing, if you trust banks, you can have a bank actually recover your Web3 account. But yeah, as said, it should be really up to the user how they want to back up their accounts. And what you can do with this also is have a threshold actually, that you not just put all your eggs in one basket, but you actually say, I might have this recovery safe, which then controls all my other safes. So I might have a bunch of different accounts that are used for different things. One is like my gaming account, another one might be my social account or whatever. And then you set one recovery account, which then itself has a threshold of different recovery agents that can recover your account, be it one of like the Swiss bank example or your own devices or social recovery. And then you say at least 2 out of these 3 have to confirm my recovery. So then if this Swiss bank is getting rogue, it actually cannot steal my funds, but it actually has to also convince my friends to go against me, and only then they can attack me. Cool. And then a little bit more about the long term of account abstraction in general. How we see it is account abstraction really is just the foundation, like the base that we're building, which then also helps us solve a lot of the other challenges that Web3 is facing, such as like the security. We have still a bunch of DeFi hacks every day, but also networks where like the user shouldn't care which network they're interacting with. And I'm just going quickly into them, explain what it is. Network abstraction, it's quite obvious. In the ideal case, like you might have like your home chain, and this is where like the critical access control is, where your account is deployed, and then instead you might have assets distributed across a bunch of different chains, and you might want to interact with an application that's like a app-specific rollup, and you should just be able to pull assets from different chains, use them on a different chain on an application, and all of that ideally with one transaction. And these things will be possible with account abstraction. Another thing is payment abstraction. Like it still is crazy how much, like we're always saying we want to kind of replace the current financial system, but things that are so basic in the current way how we do payments in traditional finance system is still not feasible in Web3. So when you go to like a shop and you pay with your credit card, like you might have a credit card that's issued from a bank from a different jurisdiction, which is on a different currency, but yet for the shop owner, they don't have to care about that. They just say, I want to have $10 for this item, and if the other party is paying in euros from a bank that's in a different country, that doesn't matter. Or other things like auto debit, so you have subscription models where you can say, I just want to give permission that every year someone can take from my account, and like then you don't need to make a new transaction every time. Like these things are not yet feasible properly in Web3, but it will be more feasible with account abstraction, as this will introduce new ways to solve these things. And finally, the security. Right now, we're still relying very much on the different protocols that they have their security under control. And like to some extent, this will not go away, but at least with account abstraction, we have ways to then say there might be other parties involved in the security management for the user that then can also just help protect against certain attack scenarios where, for example, there might be like a third party that can disable certain permissions on certain dApps that you might have, and you can abstract that away with account abstraction. We also proposed an ERC for on-chain audits, so we can have a more reputation system that's built around verifying the integrity of smart contracts. And these things will just emerge together to build more opportunities to actually get this security thing fixed, because we shouldn't live in a world where every week we have a new DeFi protocol hacked. This is not going to scale, and at least we think account abstraction will open up new ways there. Also, just shout out to Rhinestone. They're also doing some cool things there around registries, which can serve as part of this security abstraction puzzle. Cool. I don't actually need those 5 minutes, so I'm done. If you want to learn more about Safe, safe.global is your address. I'm also sticking around for a bit here if you have some questions. But yeah, if you're excited about smart accounts, come talk to me. Thank you.